Hi chess friends, welcome to the game number 5 of this World Chess Championship 2023 between Ian Nepomniachtchi and Ding Liren. Nepo has lost the previous game, they have the same point, and in this game Nepo plays with the white pieces and Ding with the black pieces. We can begin. E4 by Nepo, E5 by Ding, and knight f3, knight c6, and bishop b5. We have a6, and now bishop a4, knight f6 to attack this pawn, and now castle by white. We have bishop e7, and now d3 by Nepo. b5 and bishop b3. The idea of white here in the future to push the c3 pawn and to prepare something like d4 after something like rook e1 and bishop can come here. Okay, we have d6 by Ding to open up this light square bishop that has two options difference, and now c3 like prevented, castle by Ding, and now h3. This is a typical move to defend and to block the coming of the bishop here or from the knight. You cut away this the g4 square, so useful for black pieces. And now bishop b7. We have a4 by Nepo, really uncommon move. Here white has a lot of options. He could play something like knight d2 to continue his development. After this knight comes here, bishop can come back, okay, and black here can push on the queen side. This is a possibility. And here Nepo decide to play another move, okay, but however knight a5, and here white plays bishop a1. You want to keep this bishop here on this diagonal, okay, very useful bishop. Bishop a2, sorry. We have a c5 by Ding, and now bishop g5. h6 attack is this dark square bishop, and bishop capture for f6, bishop capture for f6, and now we have a trade with an open file now, with the tension between the rook, open a file, a capture for b5, a capture for b5. We have knight d2 by Nepo, and knight c6, and this is a really important moment of the game because here white has to try to gain this square. The d5 square is so important. White want to bring the bishop here, and also in the future a knight here, because this pawn is so important to control the d5 square, and is a central square for white. Okay, so white has to try to find a way to use this square, and black has to try to block. Okay, we have bishop d5 like I said, and now a trade of rook and queen d7. The idea, if you try if you don't do nothing with the queen remain on open file, and you could try to change the queen, but here is not so good, because here white could simply play something like this, or you don't trade here usually, because in this way black has an open file. Okay, is not a so good move to play, because here is black to gain the open file, but you can play something like queen a3, and then you will bring the rook into the game. Okay, so here black could try to change, but here white is better. After the rook come here, white has no need to defend this pawn. It's important to counter attack on a b file, because if the rook is on a file, there is a rook on b file, and is stronger the rook on b file. Okay, so we have a trade of pawns, and but look at this activity. There are a lot of possibility to attack here. Black has to change some pieces, and after this change black is much better. Okay, white sorry is much better. Okay, so Ding decide to play the best move, that is queen d7. The idea is to bring the rook here and to take the a file and attacks the white queen. Okay, we have rook e1 to improve his position, and now rook a8. Queen comes back, queen d1. Nepo here is perfectly fine, and now bishop d8. Here black is so passive. He is doing a really difficult to find really difficult way to find some move, and I want to say that Nepo is playing really fast, because his game he is in a complete preparation, whereas black has to find every time the best move and has to think a lot. So it's really good feelings for Nepo. Okay, this we have a knight f1 by Nepo and knight e7. The idea is to control the e5 d5 square. So here we have a trade, bishop capture for b7, queen capture for b7, and now we see the reason of knight f1. The idea is to bring the knight here, knight e4, and look at this, the activities of this knight, really strong. Here black can simply push, because follow simply knight capture in the future. Okay, you capture, and after this change of pieces, the rook come here. Okay, so it's impossible to push. So after knight e3, we have bishop b6 by Ding, that continues to play well, in a difficult position to play. And now h4, really aggressive move. And here black is in trouble. He can push h5. If push h5 to block h4 move, knight can jump on g5, and this knight here is so active, and also the queen can come on g5 square. You have no way to defend this pawn. You have to do something like, if you try to push, it's bad. Look at this. You push to defend this pawn, you create a terrible weakness. Now you have queen f3, and black here try to defend this pawn, but with the queen, but here white break into completely in the defense of, look at this knight. Yeah, in the defense of black king. Okay, so, and if you try something like this, like computer suggests, knight simply come back, and here black creates some weakness on the board. So it's not possible to stop this pawn, and we have queen c6, and now Nepo plays h5. Really good move. This pawn here is so strong, controls the g6 square. This knight here is so active, like I said. Look at this. And Nepo has a wonderful development of pieces. It's important for Nepo to keep his queen, because if Nepo changes the queen, this pawn will be an easy target in the future, in a possible endgame. So for now, Nepo has to keep the queen, okay, for the attack. We have c4 by Ding to open up this dark square bishop, and now d4. Really wonderful move. White here can capture this pawn. I know this pawn now is undefended. You push here, this pawn doesn't defend more the e pawn, right? Yeah, but this capture is impossible, because look at this. We have knight for c4 with an attack with the rook for the queen. Queen has to come back, and now you have a trade of pieces, and you simply goes for capture, a lot of capture, and the position here is completely winning for white. Okay, so d4 is a possible move, and is the best move to continue this game, and for black is not really easy game. We have a trade, e capture for d5, for d4. knight capture for d4, attacking the dark queen, and queen c8. And in this position, Nepo has a really good move. This is a queen f3, really impressive move. But Nepo didn't find it because he plays queen g4. That is not the best move. It's also a good move, but here queen f3 is a fantastic move. And look at this. The idea is to prepare a push and to bring the queen here to attack this rook in this way. And here probably black has to find a really difficult defend. You can't block this push. If you try something like this to block this push, the only way to block, you have this knight g4. And knight g4 is so strong because after the queen move, white crush in this way. Okay? And look at this. You simply take this pawn and the position is completely lost for black. Okay? So queen f3 is a wonderful move. The best move is queen g5, but it's not important. Here white push, and after this push, white continue to crush in the position. This pawn is a killer pawn, e6. Here you don't take, you can do, but you lost this pawn. So, sorry about that. It is important to bring after this to crush in this way. Okay, this is the point. You push, you discover an attack with the queen for the rook, and after black push, you crush into the defense of black king with e6, and e6 is a so strong move, and white activity is so good. You have not to capture this in this position because you activate the rook. You simply don't rush and you play rook a1. You improve your position and black has no move. White is simply better. Okay, really important moment of the game. But Nepo misses this idea and plays knight queen g4, and now it's different. Now it's different because this knight here can't come on g4 because there is a queen, the white queen. So here Ding can play this move, queen e5, and Ding blocks the queen in this square and blocks the position of white. That is still maybe a little better, but now it is a completely draw position. We have knight f3. Also a possibility was to come with the queen here. Really nice infiltration, but here white has no way to win something, okay? Because there is a simple capture of the knight, and after this capture, queen comes here. And you can try to attack this, but queen comes back. You try to attack the rook, but rook comes here. Yes, you take a pawn, but this is a draw position, okay? So we have, like said, knight f3 to attack white queen, and now queen e6. I told you, Nepo has to keep the queen. Don't trade because this pawn will be a target if you trade the queen. And so we have knight f5. This knight here is so aggressive with a lot of target. Look at this. And now you can decide to play this. Queen here is a possibility to defend everything. But Ding here decide to play knight capture for f5. We have e capture for f5 with a double attack for the dark queen. And now queen f6. It's so important to keep the queen here because you have to avoid this f6 push, okay? So after this we have queen e4, a fantastic centralizing move of Nepo. Queen d5, sorry. Really beautiful move because here the queen is a monster, defends this pawn. Looks this activity on the e file, coordination with the rook, and attack for the black rook. So really wonderful square for the queen. We have rook b8 by Nepo, by Ding, and rook e2 to improve his position. We have bishop c5, and now look at this move, g4. What a wonderful move. They are super strong, so they are able to find this move and to play like supercomputer. And this move is so beautiful. Defends this pawn. In the future will be an idea to push this pawn, the g4, g5. Also, the queen is the bishop of opponent is dark square bishop. So if you want to block a dark square bishop, you have to put your pawn in the light square. Okay, put your piece in the light square bishop, in the light square. Sorry, because this queen here, knight here, this pawn. Look at this. Everything is in white squares, and this is so important because black has a dark square bishop. This is the best way to block a bishop. You have to put your pieces in the opposite color of opponent's bishop, okay? So look at this. Wonderful position for white and wonderful attacking idea, okay? We have queen d8 by Ding. This move is really good. Ding is defending really well, even if he's thinking a lot. It's normal. And now we have queen d5. The idea is to improve the position of this queen. If you play something like this, black can simply push. So the idea is to use the queen to block the d5 push. And now we have king e8. Could be a really strange move, but the idea is really nice. Here black could play something like b4. b4 is recommended by the engine to try to activate the rook. Is a move that maybe you don't want to play because there is queen capture, but there is a changement of pieces here of some pawns, and queen comes here, a possibility to continue the game. But king f8 is also a good move. The idea is to control the e7 square and to block the coming of the rook here. Okay, the rook could come here in the future, and in this way, with king f8, king controls this square, really important. But here white has there is a possibility to play king h2. Here Nepo decide to play another move, king f1, also a good move. The idea is to unpin this pawn and to push this pawn in the future. Also king h2 was a really good square to do the same, and you block some check, okay? But king f1 is good. And now rook c8. The idea was simple. If you don't play something like king f8, okay? If black could try to play, for example, casual move, try to play this, queen c8, and try to come here and try to change the queen, okay? But if you don't play king f8, after this move, if you try with the same idea to come here to change the queen, rook can come here, okay, and block this, and look at this rook. So if you want to try to change the queen, and we told black want to change the queen, you have to find before this move, okay, king f8. This was the idea of king f8, to block the e7 square for the rook. Now we have king f1, like I said, and now rook c8. Here black could continue with this with this idea, and here knight could play something like this, and there is a changement of the rook and of the queen. Sorry, would be a nice move, but here we have rook c8 by Ding, and now rook e4. And look at this move. The activity of white pieces are so beautiful, and black has no move. Black simply has no move. And here Nepo is playing in a fantastic way, and we are at move 36 with the rook e4, and computer suggests that is a better position for white. Completely winning, has to continue to play really good, but is a winning position for white, and is not easy move to. It's not easy position to defend from by Ding. Okay, so really a really nice move. Okay, we have rook b8 by Ding, and now we have a g5. A g5 is a super incredible move. You could play king g2, but king g2 is a normal move. You have a wonderful possibilities that computer doesn't see instantly. G5, because G5 you suck a pawn, because here black could capture, right? I know what you're thinking. This pawn is hanging. Yes. You have to play to capture this pawn, because otherwise white crash. But after this, you can capture this pawn still, because the queen guards the G5 pawn, but look at this, rook G4, and here black can't play this. Because if black try to defend this pawn in the only way, we have a wonderful knight h4, knight a4, and here black can capture because there is a mate. Look at this, g capture for h4, and now how can you crash into the position? You have to use your h pawn, and you push. Look at this, h6, and this attack is so strong. If you try to capture, there is a checkmate in 2 moves. There is a rook here and queen come here. Or also you try to play something like this. Okay, with the rook, it's the same. It's not important. And this pass pawn is a killer. If you try to do something like this, look at this. How can you defend from this? It's unstoppable. 2 pass pawn on g file, on h file, the queen here, the rook here. So I really love this game because look at this. Before g4, an incredible move. Then we have rook e4 and g5. We have knight cap, so black here can't defend this. Okay, so we have after rook a8, knight capture for g5, and now rook a1 check. King come here, and it is incredible, but here king is completely safe. After queen e7 check, knight come here, and look at this. This queen can't attack this king. King on e2, this rook here is not doing nothing. Okay, and here we have queen e8. If you try to attack this pawn, the b pawn with something like this, white here crash into the defense of black king with f6, a really strong move. You try to capture, but the king come here, and white is completely safe, and there is no way to stop this pawn, the f pawn or the h pawn. If you try to capture, look at this check, and queen of black is bye queen of black. Just beautiful game, really. So king f3 by Nepo. And now we have a trade of queen, because now there is a possibility to enter in a winning endgame for white. So this time white has to change the queen. Okay, only this time, only at this point of the game. When you realize that you can enter in a winning endgame, you change the queen. Only in this moment. We have the trade of the queen. So, and now f6. We have g6, but we have a trade of pawns, and after a few moves, rook capture for g6. Ding tried the last possibility to do something, but nothing. We have king g4, simply a good move. If you try something like this, you allow black to capture this pawn and to attack the f2 pawn. Okay, You try with some check, but look at this position. After this capture, this rook will block this pawn. So it's a draw, okay? I can show you this. It's a really draw position because this bishop is defended by the pawn and nothing. After this change of pieces, white can do nothing to push this pawn. Can you see? It's a draw position, and if you try to play something like this, remember this pawn is hanging, okay? So you can do really nothing. But we have simply king g4 by Nepo. Nepo keeps the knight here on to defend this pawn. We have rook capture. We have rook capture for b2, and now simply rook h6 to create some threatening of checkmate, okay, with the rook and with the king. And in this position, Ding resign. So I'm just surprised about this game of Nepo because I show you this wonderful move, g4, g5 maneuver, and rook e4, the idea to push his pawn, and only in the last part of the game change the queen and entering in this winning endgame. So I hope this video enjoy you. Thank you really much. See you soon with the game number 6. Nepo now is up full point, so Ding has to come back. So thank you really much for watching my video. Remember to subscribe to my channel, and see you soon with another video. Bye bye and thank you.